Hello everybody, welcome back to Minor Illusion, a bunch of us gamer friends that sit down and play Dungeons and Dragons. So just before getting an announcements tonight, we are down one. Our Lunar Dragon is not joining us today. We expect that they will be back next week. However, down below, minorillusion.co.uk for our Discord community. Check out our progression on the development of our systems and games that we're currently developing, including our new TCG that we're developing, aptly named Guardians, Mercenaries, and Creatures. It's a tabletop strategic battle map with cards, dice, and a bit of pen and paper as you control your creatures to help win the objective against the opposite player on a, could be quick, could be take quite a long battle. It depends on how those cards are drawn. But we'll get you more updates for that as the time comes and as the development progresses. It's Blue Monday. For those all considered, remember to reach out, talk to each other, wherever you are the person in need, or you know person is in need, please make sure you get in touch with each other. Because it's a simple conversation to let somebody know that you're thinking about them goes a long way. Lorna, what's up?
I'm going to need to make this quick because it's a certain mini-human's bedtime soon.
Mhm.
But usual shout out for the MS Society. Big development that's happened in the last week. We have a new disease-modifying treatment. So for those of you that have probably not heard me say that phrase in a long while, a disease-modifying treatment is basically...
Hello.
Hi, hello.
Hi, Dad.
Hiya.
Alright, you go and brush your teeth, buddy, and have a
Can I
tactical
say
pee.
hello to Dad?
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
2 seconds.
Hi, Dad.
Hiya. You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. I miss you.
I missed you too.
I look forward to it in cuddles for you when I pick you up after school on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. You have a good day at school today? Good. Anything you want to tell me?
Nope. I'm just about to go to bed.
Good. And then, you know, sleep tight, and I love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, on you go. Tactical pee and brush your teeth.
I don't know how long that'll last, but I hope he does it forever.
But
Wants to talk to me or you before he goes to bed.
yeah, I reckon that we have another 5, 6 years before he turns into a big horrible teenager. It's like, go away, parentals.
Yes.
Anywho, I was talking about a new disease modifying treatment. So basically, a disease modifying treatment is not a cure. It's not guaranteed to stop the progression of MS, but it does modify things around the body in order to limit any further damage. So this new disease modifying treatment, I cannot pronounce the actual technical name for it because there's an unwritten rule that when they name these medications, they don't name it something normal. They basically name it something that could also work as a Pokemon name. So this one is Remedi, I think is how you pronounce it, and is available for treatment in active relapsing remitting MS in England, Wales, and Scotland, with the decision for Northern Ireland to come early this year. Now, again, for those of you that probably haven't been around for me talking about different types of MS, there are like 4 different types of main MS. There's possibly a couple of other subcategories, but this particular drug is for active relapsing MS, meaning that somebody has had a recent relapse or their MRI scans show that they have new lesions in their brain or spinal cord, showing that the MS is continuing to damage the whole nervous system. So the way that this drug is due to work is it's a monoclonal antibody drug, So artificial antibodies made in the laboratory stick to the surface of the B cells and kill them. The B cells are thought to cause a lot of damage in MS by attacking the myelin coating around the nerves. It's basically like if you took a wire like this one, for example, and you corroded away at the plastic around it. That's basically what our like B cells do around like the brain and the spinal cord, and loads of other places in the body where it just causes absolute havoc. So this will be a drug that will be delivered via drip in a hospital rather than a tablet, which I take twice a day. This is something that will be taken twice a year. So you get hooked up for an hour onto an IV situation, and it just drips into the body. So in terms of when it's going to be available, NHS in England and Wales have said that this will be available to patients within the next month. So very exciting there. In Scotland, it's going to be available in the next few months following the Scottish Medicines Consortium's recommendation. And again, Northern Ireland, we're waiting on a bad news about when this is going to be released. So if that's something that interests you, go ahead and have a look at that on the mssociety.org.uk website, along with information about how MS actually works from somebody that's got an actual degree in all this, because again, my knowledge is kind of limited to what I understand from high school biology, as well as my own experiences. Go msociety.org.uk for fundraising options as well, and I have taken up way too much time before we actually get started on D&D, and I also need to pee. So back to you, Lima.
Okay, thank you. Go to you, because we do have to do a little bit of an ad run in a second. Just also announce, you might have noticed we'll be starting a little bit later than normal. This is because of prior commitments. We've had to shift our start time, so we'll be able to keep advised in advance of when we need to shift our schedule, providing we have enough people to even run a session, but we plan to do so now every week. But for the next 2 sessions after this one, they'll be starting 8 p.m. UK time. That was about 34 minutes ago from when we usually start launch the stream, and we do our pre-stream before we end up talking to you guys. But I think that concludes today's announcements. So after this short break, jump into tonight's session of Dungeons & Dragons. We'll see you on the other side.
on the path.
You think. Welcome back, everybody. So, last we left off, Lunar Eclipse failed in their trial and was promptly sent back to Koloth City's bank vaults, where they found Koloth currently captured by Salafanos and both dusted away. Received some sort of teleportation. After bouncing back over to the Pink Unicorn, they found a spell scroll with a recognizable teleport circle runes inside it, which indicated a teleportation towards Mir's Tower. And upon return to the Mir's Tower, the party ascended some of the stairs to the Arcane Sanctum itself, where Mir's study resides, to be met with Demiantis, Mir, of course, and also, to everybody's surprise, Ababuto Nidra. For now, the party is resting and discussing their next steps or options, while also receiving new objects, new items of interest, of importance that may help them for the rest of their travels. But the party now needs to decide what is next.
Just to clarify, you said we got a spell scroll with teleportation circle sitting in the tavern?
No, you found the spell circles sigils, symbols. Yeah, it's not actually a scroll, spell scroll.
Yeah, the way you said that is if we found the sigil design and a spell scroll to get there.
No, containing.
Okay, because I was about to add my 5th level spell scroll back, so I didn't have to technically use my own one. Farron is still just fucking pissed. Going off on someone that tried to do something that was kind of implied to do, and then tell them, yeah, are you fucking stupid? It really pissed them off.
Oh, you're upset with Mir's words.
Oh, Farron is very fucking pissed off with Mir.
Okay.
Like, that's why I was asking that particular question I asked earlier. Because depending on the answer, depends on what words he would potentially use if Mir pisses him off again.
We can infer his age based on his appearance, and he is greying quite a bit. He's almost Gandalf-like when it comes to his hair.
Yeah, but does his age look accurate to human aging or something else aging?
That's a question.
I was trying to work out. Because technically, Farron is 1,003 years old. Technically.
Not a day. Doesn't look a day over 21.
Doesn't look a day over 110. I think while everything that was going on in the study, Farron would have went to the room that he knew had the keys that he had found his key in, 2 keys in relation, I think it was 2 keys. I know I took a wee note somewhere. Keys found. Yeah, I've got one that was for Farron's house, and one was in relation to basement lab key, in brackets EDW, which I'm assuming is Eberos Darkweave. And I'm just going to try and see if I can find any keys that would match anyone that I know, or seems interesting to me to have at home in hand.
Cool. You storm off and you walk past the two stone guardians, which seem to passively observe you as you walk down the next steps towards not this room. Let's go to this section of the tower. There we are. So you have two doors, one on your left and one on your right. Which way would you like to go?
Me as the player doesn't remember, but Farron would have. Because I remember there's rooms that I don't fucking touch with a barge pole.
Make a history check. Because this place is a maze in its own. You never know, it might have changed.
It could have.
Oh yeah, don't the corridors connect to different places at random?
Not at random. But they are, let's just say there's not like a room to room like that. It's more like there's a room here, there's a room here, and you open the door and it opens the door between the two. It's like two interdimensional portals between rooms.
Guidance.
To try and remember.
Oh, I should remember with this. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 30.
Left.
I go left.
You head left and you find a stairway. It's a long, narrow stairway, not very steep, but it takes you about half a minute to descend to a large circular room, which in this room you find maps.
I remember that.
You are in the cartography room. Yep.
Yeah, and as a different character, I remember finding a couple of maps that had some items in it as well, but I don't think he's interested in the maps room right now.
Yep. So as you come down the little small stepway down to the maps area, you do spot two rooms on your left and right. From your current check, you do remember the one to your right will be the best route to take, and this allows you to travel down that room, which is a dark staircase going down one floor, and you come into a squarish room, which is not L, it's I. You find a room full of canvases stored away in these little shelves. You found this painting storage.
This would actually potentially help me work his age. I'm just going to start rifling through the canvases, trying to find the youngest looking version of Mir that I can find. And with my archaeology background, I can appraise times and prices of artwork and such. And I can try and work it off of that.
Make an investigation check to see if we can find what you're looking for.
Guys.
You might find a picture of him next to a young Mantra Nix. Or Nix.
23.
Sorry about that.
I'm back. 23. It takes maybe 10 minutes because there's a lot of paintings here and even some creative. For instance, some of them are quite big, some of them are pretty small. You do find one that does appear to be a young, basically two boys. With the physical features of painting itself, you could infer this might be Mir and also Rufus Mercador. If you'd like to make an archaeological check using your intelligence modifier, you can try and infer the date of this painting.
So, in other words, a straight D20 because I have +0 to intelligence. I was thinking it would potentially be like an investigation check or something like that.
No, archaeology.
Advantage question mark then?
Yep.
Since my background? Thank fuck for the advantage, because otherwise that was just a 7. That is 18.
So, this painting itself, based on today's date, is probably 30 or 40 years ago.
And based on how Mir looks now, does that, like, if I think about how a human ages...
The two boys in the picture are the same age, or thereabouts, maybe even a year or two apart. But you've never seen Rufus.
Yeah, I've never seen him.
So you're not able to really infer that on your own. As a
I'm
player...
I'm meaning specifically looking at Mir. With how Mir looks in that painting, compared to how I know him now, how much age gap do I think that would potentially be?
You know the painting dates, maybe a 34 years difference, with the boy in this picture probably nearly 10, if not already 10. But Mir's current age right now doesn't correspond anywhere near that, because Mir looks more in his 80s, maybe pushing 90s. That is remarkably fit for his age.
Well, non-linear progression from upper timelines.
Yeah.
You do spot, by the way, with your investigation, a canvas with a cloth and a chain over it. A padlock.
Before I even touch it, I am just going to cast Detect Magic without a spell slot or anything, as long as I've got a sorcery point. Do I sense magic
That
from it?
painting is glowing.
Do I feel like when it's glowing, what school of magic does it emanate? Detect Magic gives me the... In fact, is it Detect Magic? Yes. Yeah, I learn it's School of Magic.
Conjuration.
Oh, I'm not fucking with that. Nope. I am not fucking with that. I might put it in my hat just to piss me off.
It wouldn't fit in your hat, it's too big.
If I make
Your
it
hat
smaller,
was about that, the painting's like that. If you folded it, maybe, that could be a bit more problematic than what you desire.
Yeah, no, I'm not fucking with that. Last thing I need is Mir getting fucking even more pissed off me in his tower when there's plenty of things that can kill me. I just still go looking for the key room, but I do just keep an eye out with I Detect Magic just to see if anything piques my interest as I'm walking.
So you move to the left entranceway and proceed on to an empty corridor with 4 doors. The one on your right to the south takes you into the room of keys. You see 36 bookcases, each with about 200 hooks amongst them. 20 rows of 20 rows of 10 columns worth of keys inside them, each one, and all have a tag in the name. Well, a single key and a tag.
So I'm just double checking the names that I'm trying to find information for. So the names that I'm specifically looking for is Horace, Tamara, Leo Quinn, Iris, and Mulara.
Okay. Make a
Those
perception check.
And I'm guiding them to myself. And how big of the room would you say it is?
Big.
Like bigger than 60 feet big?
There's 7,200 keys here.
That's still fittable within a 60-foot space.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why is it bigger than a 60-foot or no?
So I didn't ever expect an encounter in this room. I'd never measured it out. But
I'm just asking whether or not I've got advantage, because I get advantage observing a location within 60 feet of me.
yeah, say if you're 60-foot radius, then yes, you're well within. This room is definitely not any bigger than that. So you've got about 12, and about 6 in the middle, and a couple more at the sides of the doors.
Cool. So I've rolled, you said perception, yeah?
Yep. So you're looking around for keys that have what you need.
37.
Yep.
Natural 20.
As you look around, you find none of the keys you were looking for. However, you find a key on this tag. I actually have to get the map up 1 second, because I need the name of the city this is in relation to. I'm afraid this will now infer to exactly how this room works. I think I remember the name is this one. I could be wrong, but the key itself is marked cell 2641.
2641. Yep.
Forsworn City Stockades. That, no check required, is the number of your cell when you were a prisoner there, before you were released by the Darkweave Hotel.
Forsworn City Stockade cells, yeah?
Yeah. Cell number, I forgot the number I just said there. Did we keep a track of that number?
Yeah.
4731, I think it was.
2641.
2641.
2641. Close enough.
Yeah. You can keep that track for me.
I got the numbers quickly first, because I knew that shit I would forget fast.
And I'll forget it's muted too. Yeah.
I'll just get that added into my wee note of the keys I've found.
But that's the only key that comes to interest you spotted. But the other keys you can't find. Nothing to do with any of them. And all the other keys and other labels seem to have no real meaning to you whatsoever. They don't make... Not like they're unreadable or don't make sense, it just doesn't seem to interest you. And these were not in the same locations you found your other keys.
See, if I look at the keys that is next to the one for my cell, do I see other cell keys?
No. Give me a second to bring this one up. In Northwatch City. Another one says a lockbox belonging to someone's name you have no recognition for. That is to do with a lockbox in Winter's Fury. The next one you find is a key relating to the cellar of a blacksmith in a town, in a city called Citadel, which itself is an Alarian city that you're aware of.
Okay. I'm just gonna take that key, the one for my cell, and I don't care how long it would have been. He's probably just gonna be in here until either someone comes to find him and tells him, let's just go to fucking sleep or get out of here. He's gonna essentially spend the next hour doing a ritual to gain spell slots back from his hat.
Okay. Mantra, Alvor, Farron has taken off a little while ago, but what do you guys want to do before then, and before you realise he did, and then what after you realise he did?
There's a few things that I think Mantra would be interested in finding out. So, Mia had walked away to a different part of the room, hadn't he?
He sat down and he's reading a book. There's actually a whole mess of books on his desk. And on the floor around it. Demiantis and Abubutor are conversing.
Oh, Demiantis is there?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was.
Yeah.
Are any of you good at tracking individuals? I know there's been times where it's effectively been my job, but...
I was going to share a little one. That sounds like more of your job. And that comes from your dad. You're not sharp anymore, Squirt?
Well, I've been in other countries, other regions, quite busy at times. So I'm more worrying about a couple of individuals that's piqued my interest.
Mir flicks his wrist and to see something, a scroll just materialized in his hands. And he's like, leans his hand over towards you.
And what's on his scroll?
There's a spell scroll of scrying.
Well, there's more than one person I would like to attempt to view, and I don't even know if they're on this plane. There's a couple of people that I set out with initially on this mission that's... It may be beneficial to figure out what happened with them. And... I have a slight theory as well, but I would like to confirm.
Yes?
So, with Fia, we never fully discovered what happened after she
Who's
was
Fia?
captured. A young wood elf that we set off with initially and was captured by Malone.
And you need to spot her in balls or Loviators.
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, I wasn't really in balls, but layer because it was just my spirit that was there. And any other one's a bit more of a difficult one. I don't even think scrying would be sufficient. So that one might have to rely on some of the underground sources.
Sure, if you
body.
Sure, if you want to.
If I want to what?
You said you want to try and find him. Sure, and I'll see if I can give you any insight I might have.
For who?
The people that you've not mentioned. You mentioned Fia, but...
Well, I mentioned Fia, and I also said I ran out of leads on Silvio's body. And I wonder if since the spirit was released from the trap, if there's any chance of...
Wasn't her body returned to Glenashari?
No, apparently it was taken on the way there.
Mir looks at Damianus. Damianus looks at. Well, along with the other tasks I have, I'll make this sure that I'll be able to help you find out what's going on there.
So part of me is wondering if that body has been caught up in the whole undead issue, which would not be an easy situation.
Do you have an explanation what happened?
Apparently the entourage, the escorting a body back, got attacked by a bunch of I can't remember exactly how it was described to Mantra by Silvio's mum.
It wasn't undead.
It wasn't undead.
I can't imagine it'll have any to do with.
It was what, sorry?
It was drows that we were told.
Drows.
Drows.
Drow elves.
Have you ever considered follow up with potential leads at Menzo Bazaran?
Where's that again?
South east of Glenashari.
Could be worthwhile investigating.
But I think my internet just went down. and welcome back. Looks like we're back to normal. We'll give it out on it. But, yeah, so, as Mir was alluding to, Brezan is possibly your best lead if you want to look into the drows. Be careful. You four are not quite what will be normally found in that city.
Alter self into looking exactly like a drow.
Joke or actual?
If I remember right, Alter Self is the one that kind of gets through even blindsight, isn't it? Like the one where you physically change your attributes to look like that.
I don't know if it allows that. I know Alter Self can give like swim speed because you've gained like webbed feet and all that kind of shit. I don't know if the limitations would be able to do that.
Because I remember I used to try and argue that one because it actually changes the shape of your character. It does. It's not like disguise self, and then you treated it as disguise self in the past, even though it is a higher spell slot to do. But you treated it exactly like disguise self, which I remember being slightly salty about.
She holds on to grudges. I think that was evident at the start of the session today.
What? The fact that the text on the ability is incorrect.
So all the stuff can make you appear as a member of a different race, although none of your statistics change. You can't change size, can't change your basic shape, you can't become a quadrupedal, but you can...
I believe Alter Self is a bit like how a changeling is, to an extent.
I do have a question about how this would work logistically. What happens with your tail if you can't change shape?
And True Sight does go through all the stuff. Even goes through changeling and shape change.
How can you not change shape?
No, you can change shape. You can under.
You can't like
the basic shape stays the same, as in if you're bipedal, then you can't become a quadrupedal.
Yeah.
But things like other things, like I can grow spines, horns, things like that. Like you actually grow that, and it does bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage, so it's not an illusion.
Yeah. But True Sight still goes for it. Because True Sight shows your true self. This is amazing about True Sight.
Only Natural's True Sight.
What's an unnatural True Sight?
Amulets and things.
Probably my ability. That I gain True Sight. I don't know.
True Seeing versus True Sight. Yeah, True Seeing spell might punch through it. Sorry, I'm reading up on it. Also, it's Witch's Sight will see through it, a 15th level invocation apparently.
True Sight works as well.
Does it specify on True Sight that you see?
True Sight mostly is for the purposes of seeing through magical illusions, disguises, seeing invisible things, and telling shapeshifters.
Okay, because it will be counted as shape-shifting.
Yeah, so it will see through it. So if he wants to, he can go and see your normal shapes,
But to be fair,
your normal curves.
True sight is quite a rare ability usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can usually get by on shape-shifting, so I think that Mantra probably used that a lot in stealth missions. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna go, yes, I've been in a couple of drought areas before.
Correct. To your key mind, you remembered being on missions with Silvio towards an area.
Yes.
In fact, one of the places you've been recently was one of the places where you and Silvio didn't quite, but almost bumped into Alvor in one of those towns. And that's right on the border with the Dominion. I try to remember how I access all my maps and not just the ones you guys have visited. So I don't actually have. Oh, come on. Go. Austral maps. There we go. Oh, the green. I want L1. Give me the right stuff.
I want to name drop the town while Alphaville's there.
Hold on, I've almost got it. Port of Higher Hill. Been there recently.
Yeah, I think the most recent drought place I've been to was Port of Higher Hill.
Any reaction from Alvor?
Why does that place sound familiar? Is that running a racket out of that place?
I think at one point, like, we went to a room, and when we came out, a lot of drow were... like, there had been a fight in the time that we were in the room. It's one of the last places I went to, Silvio.
Or is that where an invertedly blocked cash run?
It was when you were doing a mission to save Ababuto. But more recently, it was involved one of your hunts. I think that was the one with the wasps.
Don't want to think about that place. Just had a slightly got a bit of PTSD thinking about the wasps. Like Vietnam flashbacks, you know, when you see the overlay of the trauma.
I mean, didn't you die there?
Yeah. Not somewhere I'd like to revisit, to be honest with you.
I think Alvor didn't die. I think she almost died. I feel she was KO'd, being dragged out by Toto.
I would sooner deal with the ants than those
Melara and
wasps
Farron
again.
who died. And this is when Farron lost his chosen race. to true resurrection.
I lost my OP race.
Yeah, true resurrected.
Sorry.
His fault for picking a fight.
You may still be annoyed at me for that one, actually.
There's a lot of things Farron's pissed off with. You're right.
Yeah, that was
It's
the
just getting
Dreadmere.
higher.
That was the Dreadmere messes at that town. There was a dispute, a border dispute there that Silville was trying to resolve. Yeah, you do remember, you recognise that town, been there recently as well.
There's probably a few reasons why Silvio could have been unlike. Well, she tried to be liked by a lot of the drow along bordering towns. Because she was trying to open the borders, so she was working with them.
I thought she was
Still-
actually trying to negotiate a ceasefire.
Yes, and stop the war.
Mhm.
As I said, open the borders and allow trade between as well.
Well, the Dominion are quite crafty, and I'm never going to be surprised, even from Leodinardos' stance, which would keep that border hard. The Dominion is quite untrustworthy and treacherous. Even we never went there.
Sometimes people might be misconstrued in some ways.
Jeremy, have you ever sent her to the Dominion? No. We don't really have any clients over there. Between the goblins, the Drugar, the Drow.
I mean, we
Never
had to go there
much.
during the hunt.
I would suspect you would have been still within Glanashari, just near the border.
No, effectively, yeah.
I wouldn't go near there anyway in this time being, given the fact that the Glanashari are in tremendous turmoil at the moment. After your recent antics.
Yes. If I only get to look on one person with this.
I need to do headsets, my headset keeps cutting out. Alva, what are you up to?
Well, while this conversation is going on, I look over at Ababoto and go, do you fancy a game of blackjack?
Do you trust me?
Grandpa. Pappy. Of course I don't. But it's a good way to kill a bit of time. So,
What's your
neither-
wager?
Wager indeed.
As you go to check, your coin purse is missing.
You light-fingered little bastard.
Throws back at you.
And yeah, your grandsons are shit at pickpocketing. Honestly, like, yeah, I don't know how the heck you taught me better than Catherine in War when I was in the family for less time. We'll go ahead and put down one bit of platinum on the table. We'll start late, eh?
Okay. Anybody for game?
Go pre-warn you now he cheats.
I play an honest game. An honest
Yeah.
win at all costs.
Sure. That's why you have a couple of aces tucked up your sleeve.
I mean, that's why you just have to stand close to people when you have things, when you can just see things nearby or feel things nearby. Blind sight.
Arcane Eye. There's multiple weird, wonderful ways to do it.
Bloody hell, the
Yeah.
entire table's surrounded with cheats.
I cheat in different ways, not in card games.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Roll 2 d20s for me, Alv.
That is a 16 and an 8.
Okay. Actually, you don't have messed up on that. Gonna do it this way because that's literally a fail right away for you. 2 d12s.
Yeah, so I was going to say, you remember blackjack, you go bust at 21.
Yeah, the
rather,
goal
the aim
was
is
to get a
21.
20 and a 1 to win it, but there's a chance you'll get 20. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so 2 7s.
2 7s. You see his
Yep.
8, but he has the other card face down, and he goes, "Show what you're gonna be. You gonna bet? Are you gonna stick with the 14 you have there?"
Tell you what. Raise the bet to 2 platinum.
Men? Do you want another card, or are you sticking?
Yeah, hit me.
Roll no d12.
Playing for chump
That
change.
is.
No,
What? We need. It's for entertainment, right? And fuck. Bust.
13. I win.
Should have stuck.
He takes the 4 platinum back. Take 2 platinum off your coin purse, please.
Already have.
So, Mia, are you able to scry from here? Like, I know you handed me the scrying thing, but isn't your tower in a strange dimension?
Yeah, you can scry here, but sure, if that was working, place towards the broken crystal ball that was on the far side of the study. If that was working, you could use that and everybody could watch.
What happens to break it?
Your old friend Bjorn. Bevnar. Nahashran Ward.
Who?
You know those 4.
I am going to scry on Fia.
Okay. And I'll need D100 for this. Just to be weird looks. No, it's not. Don't know why it's not.
I mean, there's a few people, man, I would spend a day scrying on. Like,
That's
she
fine.
probably scry on quite a lot of people that she knew if she could, but I only have this one scroll.
It's weird. Your sight takes you north, far north. Past the Isle of your birth. To a large island. You see a coastal city. But then the sight takes you past the coastal city over the mountain. The clouds here become very thick and very grey. And it's slightly red. And as you appear on the side, this red haze fills an entire landscape. You see all sorts of glimpses of monstrosities and other things, undead, made of things, even draconoids. And then you come across this young woman, Elvin. She looks like Sphelia, but she's older. Much older. She seems to be wielding this longsword, this moonblade. She recognizes immediately it's a moonblade, which is common to wood elven heritage. It's glowing blue. And you spot that she's having a conversation with someone. They'll come. We'll have to know why they're here, though. But if I know my old friends, they will make their way this way. But for now, we have to wait till they do arrive. And they might be able to stop it. And all of a sudden you see a big white light, so they encompass them, and your scry fails immediately. Back into your own mind.
See, when you see a big white light at the end of casting Scry, is that
Alright.
someone dispelling it?
No, it just normally pops you straight back. I gather that they were probably leaving the plane? Possibly. Did you find her?
Fia looks a lot older. And I think she's waiting on us.
Where? Where did it take you?
Very far north. Past a red haze, past a lot of undead. Way past a coastal town or city.
Close on the north, Head Haze, the Darklands. The Darklands? Why? The threat there has been ended. Yes, there's loads of crap walking those wastelands, but Mir and Demian seem to have locked ties.
Because
The only person who has an
said that-
interest in the Darklands is Leodinardos. But as far as we're concerned, he's still locked up inside that dungeon. He's still there. Assurus gave her reassurance that he's not been released.
So
Long may
she
that continue.
said if she knows her old companions, which might be us, might be someone else, she might have met up with other people afterwards. She was using a moonblade.
Yes, what else? Especially those of the
Yeah,
ability
but
I
then
usually
how
have
did
a
she
sword.
How did she get back to the Galanisari to get it at some point? Unless she
sure.
got a Galanisari outpost somewhere, an embassy somewhere. And talking about stopping something, as if there's something imminent happening. Do you have a way of... Did you not meet Fia at some point?
Oh, Fia left during the events of Ruma, before you fought the dragon, or just after. In the Thieves' Cave.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we saw Mia before that or not.
Yeah, it was just before you went into Bekador City.
Damn. Okay, you don't happen to have a scroll of sending?
Hands it to you.
I know, I'm trying to think. So it might be worth jumping to someone else. Just
Mike didn't pick you up there, what'd you say?
I was saying it may be worth jumping to someone else just now.
No, I mean Lima. The lips are moving but no sound is coming out.
Oh yeah. I guess Lima's trying to talk.
Yep.
Someone's
Okay.
made scaled again.
Yep. Did we ever get round to drawing that picture of Toto chewing the wires for technical difficulties?
No, we haven't.
We really should actually go on that idea.
You get the sketch done up, I'll try and do it. I'm just
Eh.
shit at doing dogs. And cats.
Dang it, I was about to say what about Sylvial? Or actually Van Zan's little dragon.
When it comes to animals, I'm pretty shit at doing animals.
Right, okay.
That's the simpler statement there.
Seems okay.
Hence why I had so much issues when I was trying to draw Mantra with feline features. See,
Start.
what Libel was saying there is we all get a level up and we get to level 20. And because they can't answer, they can't say no now, and they can't backtrack it. See, that's a yes.
Yep, absolutely. This is feeling like, do you remember Dexter's Laboratory?
Yes, DD.
Do you remember the D&D episode where like they allow Dee to be the game master for their version of Dungeons and Dragons?
No, but that would be scary as shit.
Oh no, it actually turns out quite sweet.
I will need to at some point try and see if I can find that.
It's a good episode. Dexter's like your worst DM because he's like the sort of kill the entire party, intent on like your thing being fudging his rolls, that kind of thing, being a little shit. Hello.
Oh,
Hi.
so in other words, tech issues on your side again. I've explored very few rooms. I just remember I was shown a couple of rooms I wasn't to go into. One was to do with the elemental, one was to do with the mind fuckery, make you forget shit one, and not to fuck with the golem, the giant golem statues. But off the top of my head, I don't remember exactly all the rooms that Farron has been in. But if I remember correctly, at one point we did go through the entrance of Mir's Tower to get up to there following Mantra or Sylvia, one of the two. So, to be honest, I think Farron really wouldn't be doing a great deal if he's just not finding anything else that interesting. He probably would be just scrying on a couple of people just to see... Because he knows so far his sister's alive. He doesn't know if his mother is alive, which logic dictates for a high elf is very unlikely. Same with his father. His brother was older than him, so the likelihood of him being still alive is unlikely as well. So I think, if anything, he'd probably scry on his brother to see if he's still around or not. Which was one of the names he was looking to see if there was a key for. Because in his mind, he is thinking that the keys that are in this room are all in relation to people that are alive. So if he couldn't find a key for any of those people, they would be dead. But with the fact that he's not found one for Iris, and he has already scryed on her previously and knows she's alive, or was previously, then that notion of, okay, these keys might just be in relation to people that are alive is very much likely out the window right now. So he's probably just thinking, okay, at some point, let's scry on him and see what the fuck, if he's doing anything. I will tell you the name now. Notes. Leo Quint Enoth. It's his older brother. I have never said that surname to anyone yet here. His younger sister being Iris Enoth and his older brother being Leo Quinn Enoth, otherwise he just calls him Leo. And I chose that name before my wee sister gave birth, which is amusing. Because what did she go do? Call her Wayne Leo. Last thing he knew, he was going to Bahamut's justice as a paladin of Bahamut.
For a second, I thought you were talking about the nibbling.
Yes, the child is going to be a paladin of Bahamut. If I've got any choice in the matter, he will be a sorcerer, not a paladin. I'm assuming being... Okay. Based on the desert and stuff, would I logically be able to make sense that it is very likely towards the Austral Desert, heading towards, yeah. Okay. That's fine. After seeing what I can presume to be an army of undead trying to head towards Arcadia / the other place that you said is kind of between the desert and them, I'm thinking, okay, the army is starting to head that way instead. I best probably go let someone know in case they don't already know. Yeah. Is that Satha? Well, sorry, the mic didn't pick up the first part. I just keep trying to break the concentration. Yeah, Mir's gonna be pissed off at me again.
You got tracked.
What was that?
I will start heading up after I heard the bang bang.
Well, are you expecting any guests? You want to order takeaway?
Where do you order from? Justine?
Or Tavern and Dash.
If you ordered onion rings, I want some.
I'm gonna... Huh? And that's when I come into the room saying, somehow someone reversed my scry. I don't know how. I was trying to scry on a family member. I tried to break the concentration, couldn't. Then the scrying orb got dragged elsewhere, and I believe that Sathu was speaking directly to me, saying they will come for this tower, and there's a horde of undead heading towards, from the Austral Desert towards Arcadia, but there's a place in between, but I can, for the life of me right now, I don't remember what the name is, beginning with an S. Yeah, Zathu said that they will come for this tower as well. And then I heard a bang bang, and I started trying to get to here. Where's Mir?
Answer the door.
I'm going to just try using sending. I don't know. Message. I don't think it's going to work.
Oh shit, I'd spent ages planning this sending it, Mantra was saying. I'm like, do I change it and say it to me instead? Don't answer it? Yeah. I know, that's what I was saying. I planned the message that I was going to say, but like, do I change it? And
Let me just double check I don't have sending.
because I've got an exactly 25 word thing I was going to say to.
I don't have sending. Hey, it could just be someone trying to deliver some food to Mia. I totally might have not fucked up yet again.
I mean, I did say go to others while I was thinking of the words, so there's a chance that Mantra's already casting the spell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, the concentration on Scry is, like, I think is, like, 10 minutes. So if I was locked into the concentration, then there would have been, like, I've probably been down there, like, a couple hours. Then cast Scry,
Yeah.
that's another 10. So say, like, 2 hours, 10 minutes-ish is how long Firen would have been away for. So you very well could have cast that before he gets back.
Damn. Well, do you want to know the message that I was going to say to Fia? Lima?
We can't hear you again.
Can't hear you again. Who is it? Nice.
I hide.
He's not here just now.
Mhm.
I hide behind Alvavor. I'd rolled 19 to stealth behind Alvavor. Wait, actually, I might get better. I've got advantage. Nope, I didn't get better.
I'm just going to wave a niece and go, friend. Oh, thanks. Cheers. Okay, well, acquaintance then. Oh. No, wait a minute, come back. We can talk about this.
Nope, I run. Don't care, and I run.
When leaving for where? That sounds like a skill issue.
Sorry, you're complaining about a walk. A walk. You're still complaining about a walk. I nearly freaking died because of a lich. And that was just Tuesday. You and I can switch places if you like.
I just point
Your
out.
own fault.
Beast.
Yeah, I'd related to what Mantra says. Farr, just behind like the corner of the doorway, puts his hand out. To be fair, if you told us you were getting hurt when we were dealing damage to the thing, you could have told us first, and we could have stopped.
You reached
That
it
is
up.
on you.
If you weren't being so proud and tried to hide the fact that when I stabbed the lich, you were also getting hurt.
I'm making a point about how a walk is. I'm making a point about how a walk is a cake, like a piece of cake in comparison.
Well, we didn't know that.
Can we maybe focus on the point that I'm making?
We got some good hits in.
Oh yeah, you definitely did. I'll be filming that for a week.
I know.
I think I did the maths and like I did like near enough like 170 odd on one turn, but she was taking like half the damage of it. I'll just come back in. Does it? So, Mir, you weren't here. Nix, obviously, you weren't here. I just came in apparently after you separated and appeared at the door. Do we know of undead trying to get from the Austral Desert heading southwest towards Arcadia direction? There's a place in between starting with an S, but I don't remember the name of it, country-wise or continent, whatever you want to call it. But apparently it seems like Zetsathu or someone of his ilk are trying to head towards there, and FYI, they're planning on coming after your tower as well, Mir. Very likely, because it was still in. I assume it was still in the Austral Desert that I saw, because I was carrying on my brother. It turns out he's undead, under their control, and it was still in a deserty kind of look around him. So yeah. So. Yes. Okay, so just to make sure I've not fucked up again and have you go scatty at me again. Yes, I know. Well, just an FYI, be careful when you're scrying here then, especially if you're scrying anyone that potentially is in the undead horde of Zezathu, because he seems to be able to hijack your scry and focus it elsewhere. So just be careful. Not much from anything. All I've found out is from what information is gained from that item. I just know that there's Australian steel and that shit's really goddamn old. Yeah. That's why when I saw information, or the potential of information, that seems really interesting and really old. Someone with an archaeology background, it sounds really enticing, which is why I tried it. Yeah, that sounds about accurate. Can I just state one really good piece of information that in future you should really give those that you send out to do a mission? If you don't want them to try to attune to something that especially has a 1 per year use, if Maxwell was after it, then you really should have told him, so that way when we were there and we were talking, because me and Mantra were talking about it, and we were thinking between us which one wanted to attune to. So if I didn't fuck up, she likely would have. So it's just a very good piece of advice. Tell whoever you're sending next time. Well, it would be advised just to let them know. By the way, it's a one-time use per year. so that confusions like this don't happen, and now that a year's worth of potential people that die to undead is now on my head. So just in future. Then let me stop you there. If you don't want us saying to anyone and there's a security risk behind it, don't tell us. Because if someone just had a lucky detect thoughts or something and they probe deeper, that then can fuck up and give out that information security.
You're saying that straight after complaining that Mir didn't tell you something.
This is telling us that an item is one attunement per year that can cost thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people's lives because someone decided, oh, this looks fancy, like I did, and I tuned to it. Where telling us information that, yes, it could very well be useful to us, but unless it is something we really need to know and that we can guarantee that would not slip into the enemy's hands, is it really a good idea to give us information where, at the best of times, we are chuckle fucks? I have lost my memory already a few times, and so is everyone here going into one island. We are easily mentally manipulated. I have been feeble-minded I don't know how many times, and died how many times. The last thing we need is more information to get into other people's hands that we don't need it to be. I'm not trying to sound like an arsehole, but what could happen if that information gets into the wrong hands? I don't know. That's why I'm asking specifically, what issues would this pose if this information got into the wrong hands?
That sounds worse than a needle in a haystack.
No fucking kidding.
So, what do you propose we do? Do you propose we just go around randomly looking for some weird magical mystery? Because, as it stands, unless we're waiting a year, I did see something slightly concerning when I described on fear.
Go on.
So I am still tempted to try and use sending to ask for more information. I think Thea is still waiting to be rescued after being kidnapped way back before we came here. First time.
Well,
I think she's still waiting on us showing up to help out. Well,
Then-
by us, it's only really me and Alf.
then use the sending. Find out what you can. Don't let us stop you. Do it. Especially if it's an old friend that you started off with, then damn right, do it.
Well, as it stands, I think I owe it to people that have helped me get as far as I have. I might have run out of leads that I can follow just now on my current quest, but there are other things that take priority. If she's in the Darklands and she looks a lot older, so something has happened. She looks like a few years have passed rather than months.
Then instead of us speculating and trying to come up with potential ideas, use your sending. Find out. The worst thing we can do is speculate to find out, oh yeah, by the way, you've just wasted time and she could be dead. Again, I'm not trying to sound like an asshole here, Mantra. I'm done. Today's annoyed me.
Wasn't she part of some sort of religious organization?
Yes.
So, is it possible, hypothetically, that they know where she is and she's just in some sort of timeout or boarding situation?
Well, I saw her in the Darklands when I used Scry.
Right, okay, fair enough then. When? Oh, I have no idea. The last thing that I asked her about the book that she was studying was about Ben and his ball.
If I remember correctly, whenever we've came across Thea's familiar, and when we've been in Mercador, we've came across what we could presume is like an avatar of LaRue. I believe so, but I could be completely wrong. I don't really know a great deal about them. Okay, less wailing. Mantra. Cast the spell.
I got 23 words, so I'll make it 24. Mantra here. Too much has happened. We liberated Vigilanasari and defeated Baal. What happened? You look older. Are you stuck? Things looked desperate. That's 24 words. Hmm? But we'll have the, Yeah, so Thea says that they are coming. I don't know who they are. Coming to the Darklands, and we need to stop the Red Dragonborn.
Spill what you know.
I'm going to assume Leodinardos is a red dragonborn.
You sure?
This is going to potentially sound like a really stupid idea or whatever. I don't suppose they have a simulacrum locked up or a clone locked up there? Or something like that? A copy of Leodinardos? And the real one? This is not the first time I've came across someone using simulacrum.
Guess where?
What?
Go where?
Mirror of imprisonment or something like that. I think it's something daft like that.
See, initially my message to Thea had name a time and place.
I don't suppose you've got the money to be able to fund said getting acquisition?
Or even a potential seller.
Mir, before you send us anywhere, High Council of Alaria, I don't remember, I'm trying to remember, I knew a noble there that was quite high. Family is Wheatflow. Don't suppose they're on that council? Because we might be able to get a bit more help there. Okay.
So I've got about 43,000 gold on me.
I've got 10.
Is this a trade city?
Mantra. Get a memory of this circle so we can write it down later. I'll
have a look at it and pay attention to runes. I mean, we could also pick up an item when we're here.
Battery 80%.
But I'll stand inside after studying it slightly. And I will start jotting it down on a note.
I've already got an in.
I'm already in a circle.
And I'm already in.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
drawing
skip.
while I'm in a circle. I'm just like, no.
Yep. Before we go, can I just shout, don't bring me back as a goblin if he barbecues me again?
Oh, we should have used gate to summon total when we were in the tower.
Sorry, that wasn't meant
Hi
for
there.
you.
Where have we arrived?
Friends of Mir.
I'll just
Well,
respond to him in
you're
goblin and go,
kinda-
yeah, Ababoto's the same selfish son considerateness as well.
Lima, do me a favor, start talking for me so I can check on the stream. Start talking for me so I can check on the stream. Your stream is, your voice isn't working on stream.
How long has that been happening for?
Probably a while, but there we go. You should not hear me now. Thank you, Ramen. Yeah, there'll be a little while that there's a bit of missing audio from me because of the audio issues we had today. But thank you.
Audio
Let us know.
issues.
It's never a stream unless there's tech issues.
As I say, it's always Lima just pressing buttons.
Yeah.
I mean, I find it beautifully ironic that she muted you guys earlier, and now technology has decided that it's going to dish out some revenge
Well,
on our behalves.
my name is Grizzlenut, and you're in the Aether Spire. It belongs to Caverin Dustmantle, Archmage Caverin Dustmantle. The foremost expert on transmutation.
And where is this tower exactly?
Ostral,
Sorry, we were just told to get into the circle. Austral. Okay.
the
trade
the
center.
great city of Ostral.
I've been here before. Okay.
Oh, God. Okay.
What's wrong, Farron?
Nothing.
It doesn't look like nothing.
Baron.
No, not Baron.
No, I heard Farron.
Yes. Why?
Swiftvale.
Again,
I've
Why?
been hearing your name recently. People been looking for you.
my statement reiterates. Why?
Into this tower.
Oh, sorry?
Are you into this tower? Are you gonna get this place blown up?
Not intentionally. I don't intentionally try and get anywhere blown up.
Well,
Let me guess, in relation to the Darkweave.
maybe the Chancellor.
Yeah. Abros.
If he's interested in you, destroy your papers, move far away, disfigure yourself. or become permanently in his pocket forever. That's up to you.
I kind of already was in a point. And I'll just cast Disguise Self and look like the dirtiest human, and just as far away from my look as possible.
Hey, now you look like a hobo.
Better than having my face in the city.
You don't smell bad enough. Guess
I can do.
Well, main entrance is that way and out through the door. If you've came from Mercador or somewhere else in the south, remember it's going to be quite warm here, despite the winter, but it is getting bitter and bitter colder as we get deeper into the winter. It'll be just as cold as it is anywhere else on this moon.
I like warm deserts. They're a bit nicer.
It's warm for a little while. The air is definitely a bit different, but I guess at the back like yourself would probably benefit from some heat. Got an Astimir, or Asmar, I don't care to pronounce it correctly, and a Shadow Elf. Huh. He walks over to a bookshelf and he begins ruffling through these parchments.
Before he sees any wanted posters or anything, can I alter self to look like Dagger?
Okay. Mild change to your normal appearance, but you change yourself into your mum. He comes back and he says, I've got 4 different wanted posters for you. What have you list?
Can we get the most recent one?
Well, they're all pretty recent. This one mentions you and several others. Because your names are on this one, Farron, Mulara, Alvavor, and Mantra. The Gladasari wanted poster. And this one here has Alva and Mantra on it. This is from the Ball Light Covenant. This one is from Arcadia, which has your names on it. Farron, Vanzand, Lara, not Malara, Badred up before. And then this one, Lara, Farron, Alvor, Mantra, and Vanzand. Darkleaf Cartel. Not interested in turning you in, but you are definitely wanted by a lot of big parties, including the States.
Why would
How
Mantra
many
be
of
wanted by
these
Ball?
How
It was
many of
your
these are
original
posted around the city?
bounty when you messed up the Covenant in North Port Smear. What you were saying, Laura?
I was asking the little goblin guy, how many of these are plastered around the city? And just go look over. Do any of these still have me in goblin form? Like a composite sketch?
Yep, the one to do with the Covenant has description of a goblin.
Okay, I'm just going to point out that one there, that's possibly one of my franchisees. That may normally be.
I mean, they have slightly different markings to me.
Yep. And Farron's a really common name. You could get that anywhere. Same with Malara.
Bear in mind, there's a lot of people come in and out of the city. So maybe looking for people to capture, to turn in to make a bit of bob. Others won't care. Others will sell their own knives to hand you in.
Oh, I probably need a better disguise than this one.
Just don't draw attention to yourself. This is for free, by the way. I don't want your trouble coming back to this tower, because this tower is already struggling over the taxations in this city.
You seem to be able to. You seem to be well connected. Would you, by any chance, have any leads on where we took the corpse of ambassador for the Leodinardos-Arc called Silvio Elinavi?
Never heard of her.
Minor illusion, her standing
I know
there.
who she is. You
Was there
don't
any
know how to
wanted-
take a
was there
joke.
a wanted poster?
Silvio is the ambassador that was liaison to the foreign affairs of the Leodinardos-Arc Empire, who was an outcast who, what I understood, and this is not my words, married a beeline bitch, I think the wording was. And that
And
someone
was
should gut her.
that from Wood Elf Queen? Yes.
Of course. Well said.
And do you know where they took her?
No. We weren't aware that she... Well, we were aware that she was dead, but don't those corpses return to their tree? Normally? Or get burned?
Normally, but this one was intercepted by some Drow elves.
Have you ever thought about approaching the cartel to see if they know anything? Because their information is their primary resource.
I might have business with a cartel. We can try them.
Please tell me you're not implying we go speak to the Darkweave cartel, or we go speak to a different cartel then.
Oh, I do recommend the speaking to those who are in charge of the city.
The Darkweave cartel.
Indeed, as they're probably not really known as that here. It's more of a technical slur.
If I might have been slightly silly and taken something from them many years ago.
Mantra, I would probably choose words very wisely so that way this individual doesn't get a target on their back.
Yeah. If I may have had a past implication with them, do they hold grudges?
Yes. I can tell you that without a doubt, yes they do. Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but why not turn us in? You have absolutely no reason not to.
I serve my master, not the cartel.
Who's your master?
Archmage Calverin Dustbat, and we are not paying attention when I introduce myself.
Okay. I know you mentioned that was his tower. I was not entirely sure if it was exactly who you worked for, if you had an ulterior motive.
Oh, guess you are not very street smart.
Arguably, she's quite street smart. You said you're struggling when it... Well, from what I've seen, you can be in situations that I'm not. But you said you're struggling when it comes to the taxations. Turning us in would probably turn you guys a pretty penny.
Well, if we've got 4 wanted posters from different factions, then...
But one of those factions doesn't even exist anymore. The rumor has it you had something to do with that. So people are not very keen on doing that. And if those vestiges I can see that you're all carrying and wearing are any indication, I'm not here to lose my head.
How much are your taxations normally?
Since we're not a shop, per se, we're not exactly one of those who are making tremendous profit. Yes, we are in arrears. And I'm not at liberty of telling us to our financial information.
I'm not trying to get any information that I don't potentially want. All I'm thinking of is you've been nice and very forthcoming of information that has been very useful to know.
My
Because
job...
you could have just told us to get out after hearing who we are.
We hear from Mir. Mir is a renowned person. If he's the one that sent you, is sent you here for a reason. I would not infer that reason because your business is yours. I'm only here to transcribe moving information from one book to another book before these crumble, like this one. And he grabs up and grabs it and just shatters.
Where would be a good place to look for rare and dangerous magical items?
The bazaar.
Yeah.
Okay.
But bear in mind, gold isn't the only currency. Items are the currency, mostly. People who normally look for things in exchange for things.
More of a barter system rather than...
There's coinage, but the bazaar will be the best place to find things like that.
I'm going to start separating about 100 gold. I know it may not be much, but you've gave us a lot of information about things that are detriment to us. Please use that towards anything you guys need, and I'll just quickly start cast mending on the book that decided to disintegrate itself after being moved. So the book starts getting put back together.
It turns back to normal, but the ink is gone.
Technically, the ink would still be on the paper.
Ink dried away a long time ago.
I'll try to help.
I need to just have another book. I did it myself, hence why we haven't bought any books. Ink
Hey, look,
is
I'm just trying to be helpful here.
Well, out the main entrance to the right, 10-minute walk away. Watch your pockets.
Yeah, my only question for you, my friend, is do you know of a tavern or somewhere we can go rest that is potentially safe and has got a good reputation?
Oh yeah, you're not still quite hurt.
I'm not so hurt, I'm just very limited on high level spells. Because I'm thinking of using my knife right now. I just need to work out how to use it purely to get us not looking like us. Because I don't have the specific spell
I
to
would
do
say
so.
Marlin Halfshade's Inn, it's called, the Wandering Wisp. It's quite a nice, pleasant place, but it's quite expensive. And I'm talking high class. Usually dignitaries that are not put up to private accommodation normally go here.
You said the Wandering Wisp, yeah?
Indeed. It's luxurious and quite expensive. Cheaper to get a +2 sword.
Ballpark figures
4 to
Per
5
night.
figures
per night?
per night.
We're talking about gold, right?
Yeah, or platinum.
Fuck.
Not 45 figures.
Cool. But yeah, I just put that 100 gold on the table, and I just, in fact, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to check the spell I was trying to cast.
Okay. So he goes back to scribing. Him just etching away. Anybody else want to see her do anything before we leave, or?
Okay. And just 1 second longer. I think that's how it's pronounced, spelled. Cool. Okay. Oh, cool. Never mind. Yeah. I'm gonna just do me a favor and tell me what race you all want to look like, and I will make us look completely different.
Well, it wouldn't look too uncommon for a bunch of humans to be walking around with it.
From my knowledge,
Or
is
would we
there
rather
any...
all be goblins?
To my knowledge and my past experience being in this area, do I know what races are more common in the past that I've seen here? Or which ones are less likely
There's
to be
so
seen
many
here?
different races, so you probably see every single race.
Okay, so there's not like, okay, you see, out of all the races, you see a lot more humans than the rest,
Could be.
or vice versa.
It's more in line with who's
I mean,
visiting.
Tabaxi there.
Depends how many people, what people and what races where they're coming from. It's varying. You see maybe in the same ice shop when you go outside, elves, dwarves, humans, drow, some races you never seen before. Yeah, but there's nothing too surprising.
Okay, I'm going to cast Wish. And I'm going
You
to...
cannot class Wish, or have you regained the spell slots?
I have.
Okay, yep, go.
When I rolled earlier, I got 8 and 8. I got back my 9th and my 7th
Okay.
level. And I used my 7th to scry earlier, so... No, I didn't use my 7th to scry. Whatever it was. I'm going to use Wish to replicate the effects of the spell Seeming. And make all of us look like humans. And each person, if they wish to describe, can describe how they look. The good thing is I do not, because it's replicating the effects of a spell, I don't gain the stress of minus whatever to my strength and all that shit.
So just to be clear, this spell changes the appearance of a number of creatures you see within range. Each target vision appearance, or seem before if unwilling. The spell disguises appearances as well as clothing, armor, weapons, and equipment, and you can make creatures seem 1 foot taller or shorter, appear thin or fat or between. You cannot change your body type, and you also have the basic arrangement of limbs. Otherwise, the extended illusion is up to you. So you can all be Minotaurs if you
Also, I'll
wish.
still have a tail.
No, it changes you to look like that race, so... And now wish me luck. I really hope not to roll lower than 33. Cool, I'm safe.
What's this for?
The fact that after I use Wish, there's a 33%
Yeah.
chance that I can't cast it again. I didn't get below the 33%.
You got 33%.
No, I got 84.
Oh, okay.
So thank fuck, I'm able to cast it more than once. So I just make us all look like humans, and you decide on how you look. I just look like a fancy human that logically would go to the place that we're intending to go to.
Cool. Since you didn't duplicate, make another thing of a duplicate skill, you don't also take on the other effects. So you're fine.
Sorry?
As in the minus 3 to strength, etc. You're fine on that one.
Yeah. That's why I was double checking, okay, which spells can it replicate and what's the detriment if I don't replicate the spells.
We'll go here. I'll let you guys go ahead and figure out your descriptions of your new forms that you're going to have until someone decides to go de-spell.
Well, to be fair, it only lasts for 8 hours. I don't believe upcasting it does anything.
No, I don't believe so.
And for them to see through it, they need to make an intelligence investigation check against my spell DC, which is 26. So it needs to be pretty high.
Yeah. Well, that's it. We'll call it there. Join us next week, 8 p.m. for our start for our next session, where we go ahead and we've arrived and we'll begin exploring this new city. I came to it as a group. Some of you have been here in your past, but the whole city I need to flesh out by next week. So,
Yeah.
until then, good night, guys.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Night.